What's up? This is Dave Arvella with the Doombeard Report. I'm here with Dustin the Disciple Pague here at Disciple MMA. How you doing, man?
Doing good, brother. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. So, you're training for your upcoming fight, July 12th against Noe Quintanilla at the Victorium Episode 3. How's your preparation going for this one, man?
It's going really well. Injury-free so far. Usually I have some bumps and bruises here and there, but training's going great. I'm looking forward to it.
Right on. This will be your first fight after leaving the UFC. What's kind of your game plan going forward, trying to get back, man?
Yeah, that's obviously my goal, to get back there. That's where, most fighters want to be. That's kind of like the top of the top. So that's definitely what I have my long-term goal for. But you got to take one fight at a time. So right now I'm looking at Noe, training up for that fight. I'm not even thinking about the UFC. Obviously I want to be there, but I'm looking forward to the Victorium and throwing down on July 12th.
Right on. You're a guy with a pretty good amount of experience. Noe, he's got a good amount of experience as well, over 30 fights. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent, man?
I like Noe a lot. I think we match up well. I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I have a lot of respect for him. He has had a lot of fights, and he hasn't fought scrubs. He's the cool thing I like about Noe, he's very respectable because he takes fights. He doesn't care who the opponent is. He's ready to just scrap with the best of them. So I respect him for that. But I'm ready for him. No matter where the fight goes, I'll be prepared.
Right on. You mentioned that you were splitting time between here at Disciple MMA and training up in Pennsylvania too. You care to describe your training situation up there, man?
Yeah. I'll give you a little story on it. My wife and I moved back to Pennsylvania, where our hometowns are, just because we had our son, our first child. We want to be around family, so I moved back there to be close to family. So I'm training with a lot of great guys at Unrivaled Athletics in Carlisle, PA. But yeah, Disciple's my home as well. I helped build this, put it together, and this is my family here. I love the guys here. So this is my home away from home. So I'm going to try to get down here as often as possible. They got a lot of beasts here as well. So these guys push me. Unrivaled Athletics push me. Daryl, Horcher, and Aaron Bicking, all those guys at Unrivaled. So I'm happy at both places.
Right on. Now, when did you found Disciple MMA, man?
Me, Scott Howard, Chris Merritt, we put this together. I'm horrible with dates. October of 2000 something.
Right on.
A couple of years ago. I don't know. I apologize. I'm horrible with dates. But a few years back, we started up. We got a lot of great guys that came over for base training. We've just been a family for years, and we got a great location here. A great group of guys.
Yeah, you've got a real crop of really good up and coming guys, especially at 155. You guys are loaded. What are your thoughts on kind of the career trajectory of a lot of your teammates here, man?
I only see great things for a lot of the guys here, and they work hard. Even the guys that are just starting, it seems like, I was away for a couple months back in PA. I come back here, and there's killers in the gym, and the beginners. So, guys train hard here, and everybody's improving. Every time I come down, they're at a next level. So, bright future for a lot of the guys here.
Right on. I obviously, saw you on, the season of The Ultimate Fighter that you were on. How do you describe your experience on that show and kind of, where it led you afterwards, man?
Oh, I love it, man. The Ultimate Fighter was kind of like the slingshot to the UFC, I didn't win it, but I got to the semifinals, lost the decision to TJ Dillashaw. And they signed me anyway, so that was really cool to get into the UFC, one of the best promotions. My career with the UFC is kind of, iffy. A lot of people don't know a lot of the background stories. I took a lot of fights on short notice, things I shouldn't have done, At that point in my career, I was thinking, I take these last minute fights, the UFC is going to be happy that I took it, which they were, but, they want to see wins. I took fights. I beat Jared Papazian on FX3. Went to the beach with my family the day after the fight. I'm just getting fat on the beach, relaxing, no training, just taking my time off, and I get a call the end of my vacation. They're like, hey, you want to fight? I'm like, yeah, when? 6 days? I'm like, I'll do it. I had 34 pounds to lose in 6 days, and I lost a decision to Ken Stone. So stupid fights like that, I think, kind of short my career in the UFC. And then I took another short notice fight after Ken Stone and lost the decision with 2 herniated discs in my back. So I got that figured out, got back surgery, got that fixed up, and I don't know, a lot of stupid fights that I probably shouldn't have taken. But you know, money talks. That was my big thing in the UFC. You know, I had a family to support. I was fighting full time, so it's hard to say no to those fights. But I don't regret anything. I'm just kind of learning from my mistakes and moving forward. So I hope to be back there in the near future.
Right on. You know, you kind of gained a reputation while you were in the UFC as, you know, while you may not have won all of your fights, I mean, you definitely went out on your shield in every one. I mean, most of your fights were barn burners. I believe you got several bonuses and stuff. I mean, is that just kind of the way you end up fighting most of the time? It's just bound to be exciting?
I'm usually a finisher early in my career. I mean, I finish fights. I don't really have any decision wins. You know, if I have decisions on my record, they're usually losses. But the fights that I do win, I'm usually a finisher. So I think that's what makes them exciting. I just like to bang and throw down, you know. So I think that's what people like to see. I'm not going to quit till I'm dead or unconscious. So I think that makes exciting fights, and yeah, I just try to lay it all on the line. I mean,
like, I feel like you came up in a time when, like, you know, when the sport was still growing and everyone just fought. You know, whereas like, I feel like now there's kind of like a polarizing trend in MMA where guys are being like very choosy, and like a lot of guys even at some points like really aren't fighting because they don't, you know, feel that it's like the right fight. Like, what are your thoughts on, you know, how you came up versus like how some guys are taking it now?
Yeah, like I said, I took a lot of stupid fights. Not even before the UFC, you know, I took stupid fights. I fought Dean Thomas when I was 19 years old, you know, at a weight class up. At that time, I thought, like, yeah, fight the best guys, you know, that's going to look great on your record, even though you lost, you know. So I had that mindset. I just took fights regardless. I wanted to fight the best. But yeah, I think nowadays, and I've even heard it from Dana White's mouth, you know, pad your record, you know. We want to see good records. You can promote a good record, you know. So my record's not great now. I took a lot of stupid fights. But, I mean, in a way, I think it's smart because that's what people are looking for nowadays, you know. Back in the day, I'll fight Dean Thomas. Oh, weight class up? Yeah, let's do it. He's awesome. I want to fight him just to say I fought him. That's not too smart nowadays because, you know, big promotions want to see guys that are 11-0. They don't even look at who they fought, you know.
Yeah.
So it's smart, but then again, you want to make sure you're fighting some kind of competition, because when you get to that big show, you're going to be thrown to the wolves, you know. So I would say it's kind of like you got to find that middle, you know. Pad your record a little bit, have a good record, and then test yourself with, you know, up and comer, like a tough fighter to see where you stand, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to be a little more smart when I take my fights now, you know. Now that I know that that's what people are looking for, you know, those great records, win streaks, things like that. So.
Right on. You know, I know, you know, you kind of have a varied training situation between here and Pennsylvania, but, you know, is there anyone you'd like to thank as far as people who've helped you, you know, prepare for this fight, man?
Oh, so many people. All the guys at the Victorium, I appreciate you guys for putting me on the show. Scott Howers, he's been great to me. He's always helping me out with everything. Life situations, fighting situations, sponsorships, fights, everything like that. All my guys at Unrivaled Athletics, Darryl Horcher, Aaron Bicking, all those guys. There's a ton of them to name, but thank you guys. All the guys at Disciple, my family, my wife Jackie. There's so many people I have to thank, and obviously I always thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I'm nothing. But thank you, everyone. There's so many people to thank. So.
Right on, man. Well, it was great talking to you, and you know, I look forward to seeing you fight July 12th, man.
It's going to be an honor, brother. Thank you guys so much.